Hi there piglets, it's me, Brody, otherwise known as Porcine, and welcome to another episode of the Golden Pig Review Show. If you haven't seen one of these before, here's how it works. I pick 3 tracks from the week's submissions, I play them in no particular order, give a little feedback after each one, good stuff, bad stuff, anything that made me want to get full facial reconstructive surgery and emigrate to another country. Then at the end, I pick the track I enjoyed the most and give it the Golden Pig Award, which is not redeemable for cash or anything really. It's just a little bit of fun and something to put on your brag sheet. Alrighty, let's take a look at the first track. Our first track for this week comes to us from Denver in Colorado in the United States. It's from an artist called Die-Tonic, and the track is called, it reads to me as Mr.MicFly, like mic, like microphone, but it could just as easily be Mr.MicFly. It's an electronic track, instrumental. That's all I'll say beforehand. I'll tell you what I thought about it after we take a listen. Okay, so that was Mr.MicFly or Mr.MicFly by Die-Tonic out of Denver in Colorado. The good stuff, the stuff that I really liked about that one. There's three things really. The first that I would mention is that fat bass. It is as thick as a whale omelette, which is pretty damn thick. The other things that I really enjoy, well, I guess it's one thing, but there's two aspects to it. The beat, the percussion and drum parts to that track, if you take each individual line within it, it's all quite simple, but the way that it slots together and the number of layers, the complexity of how the layers interact is really where you get most of the interesting stuff that happens rhythmically within the track. It just really works. It's obviously a lot of work has gone into that track, and you can just tell by the way everything plays off each other, all the different percussion parts. Same thing again with the synths. There's nothing especially complicated, especially fiddly in its own right, but the way that the different layers and the different synth instruments interact with each other and with the beat, it really just comes off in a very good way. So yeah, that's my take on that track. Nothing bad. It's actually been a number of weeks now since I've had any track that made it through to the selection of 3 where I had anything negative to say. It's just it's really impressive, the stuff that gets sent through. But big ups to Dietonic, really enjoyed that. Looking forward to hearing more. On to the next track. Our second track for this week comes to us from Los Angeles in California. The artist's name is Shako Speel. The track is entitled There They Went. It's a hip-hop track. Production by Funky Waves. It's got kind of a really good, it's classic vibe to it. It's kind of got like a little bit of a jazzy beat. It's really, really quite enjoyable. Don't want to give too much away. Let's take a listen now and I will give you some more detailed thoughts.
Play it safe, y'all. Gucci Rose the greatest, admitted I'm the greatest, and I don't hold a grudge against anybody who hated. Gucci Rose the greatest, admitted I'm the greatest, and I don't hold a grudge against anybody. I'm the one that told Jimmy, Philly Hoffman, and Miss Winehouse to climb out. Pick your poison and let me find out. Michael, Jack, Brittany, Murphy, and Nicole gave up they soul, kept that guilty pleasure out of control. Made OD, B.O.D. on that coca leaf. So keep your nose clean or end up with a note from me. How you do is not correlated to power moves. Don't believe me, you could direct your questions at how it used. Or Pimp C, codeine till he empty. Permanent promethazine dreaming, hit the big sleep. Billy Mays no longer rich, but he famous. He left some powder on the table along with everything he came with. I got to tell a sad story, put the flash on me. Tired of living fast, had to crash, that's too bad for me. Don't let the weight of the world destroy your shoulders. In case you need examples, consult with Mr. Morrison. This life is beautiful enough to live it sober. I guess some of us ain't satisfied until the wait is over. Heath Ledger could not defeat the pressure like Joplin, Pollock, and Presley falling out to feel better.
D.D. Ramone, Lil Peep and Mac Million left legacies behind, but never will they live again. Too soon is what they yelling at the funeral of anybody sucking on a never-ending Tootsie Roll. Come on, Prince, why you turn that love deadly? Now you get the chance to play all day with Tom Petty. Keep your mind ready to crumble underweight, mentally healthy if not for God, then for goodness sake. Miss Houston couldn't stay alive despite her talent. A right turner stuffing his nose while eating salad. Lord knows it's hard for the greats to find balance. Hope you find yours before you meet with Jesus Christ Allen.
That was There They Went by Shako Speel, production by Funky Waves. The stuff I really enjoyed about that one, I really love that style of beat for a start, you know, that chilled, laid back style thing with the, you know, kind of like a real jazzy feel to it, just pairs up nicely with what was going on vocally. Lyrically, that was extremely deep, well-written, sort of, I guess, conscious style stuff. It's just really, really thought-provoking. You know, if you sit there and really listen to it, you know, you'll take something good out of that track for sure. I mean, you gotta say, he's got mad skills. His flow is just, you know, steady. There's nothing like overly flashy about it. It's not like in your face. There's no tricks, no, you know, gimmicks, I guess. It's just steady, irrepressible, uninterruptible flow. Really, really, really good vocalist, really good rapper. And I just really enjoyed that kind of weird, quiet, filtered hook that just kept coming back throughout. It was just really cool. Really cool. Really enjoyed that track. Big thumbs up. Shako Speel. Loving your stuff so far, what I've heard. Definitely keen to hear some more. Alright, piglets. Our final track for this week comes to us from a repeat offender. Second time on the Golden Pig Show. From Reno, Nevada, we have Aloysius Scrimshaw with the track Lane Staley's Teeth. Aloysius Scrimshaw has a very unique experimental electronic style. It's kind of, I guess, vaporwave based, but I find it to be, yeah, as I said, quite unique. I don't hear a lot of music coming through like what Aloysius Scrimshaw puts out. So, without ruining anything, let's take a listen at what we've had from Aloysius today.
Look into the drawer.
So that was Lane Staley's Teeth by Aloysius Scrimshaw. The good things, the stuff I really enjoyed about that one, I just love those eerie, dreamy atmospheres that Aloysius creates in the music. Just really draws me in, I guess. It's good stuff. Always seems to work well on these tracks. The spoken word vocal style, it just couples nicely with the synthetic soundscapes, you know, that are going on behind it. It just pairs up nicely. Special nod to that like mega distorted vocal part. It's so heavily overdriven that you can't tell whether we're still listening to speaking, to screaming, to singing. You just don't know what's going on. I'm guessing some sort of yelling of some sort. Yeah. And I guess the final thing that I would mention is just that really subtle, gentle build and fall, not quite equal measure. It's kind of like a weird lopsided triangle. Rises up, builds up in intensity, and then relatively rapidly falls away again. It just works, and you know, in this day and age, everybody's heard so many tracks with a fairly conventional structure that it is always nice hearing something that's a bit experimental structurally. Yeah. Alright, piglets, let's do the Golden Pig. Alright, piggies, Golden Pig time once again. It is a tough choice, always is. I'm getting so much good stuff sent through these days that it is never an easy task to pick the one that I enjoyed the most. I've had a few days with these tracks now, you know, listening to them on the submission links that were sent through, and then, you know, once again in nice high fidelity in the comfort of my home studio. I have decided that for this week I'd like to award it to Die-Tonic with Mr.MicFly or Mr.MicFly, however you pronounce that name, please tell me. The big driver behind the decision for this week is just the clever musicianship behind that perfect layering of, you know, at least a dozen different instrumental layers. It just all came together in such a nice complete package that I couldn't help but enjoy it time and time again. The other two tracks are also freaking awesome. Really loved what came through this week. Just felt that track just held me a bit longer. Doesn't hurt that it had that great big messy colossal bass. It was just magic. If you have some music that you would like to see featured on my little show here, let me know where to find it. Send me a message on Twitter, reply to one of my submission threads. Also works a message on Facebook, a YouTube comment, or just drop me an email at porcinemusic@gmail.com. You'll see how to spell that in the description of this video. You will also see links to find more music and social media pages for all three of our very talented artists from this week. I suggest you give them a follow. All of them are putting out some really cool music. Until next week, I've been Brody, otherwise known as Porcine, and please send me your shit.